Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn variables and receiving inputs. This is the second video of 23 videos. In our last video we learned how to install Python, our first Python program, and how Python codes are get executed. If someone missed that, please watch that video before watch this one. I put the link in the description. Okay, now let me introduce myself. I'm Malik, professional web developer, graphic designer, hardware technician, and financial advisor. I'm helping people to make some extra money, increase their passive income, computer-based tech solutions, and programming. If you are still not subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay guys, let's start PyCharm. So, are you excited to learn Python and get started on this career path? If you are, I would encourage you to make a commitment and spend 2 hours every day practicing Python, and use the comment box below and let me know why you are learning Python. What do you want to do with it? What's your dream job? I would love to hear your story. In this Python tutorial, you're going to learn about variables, which are one of the most fundamental concepts in programming. They are not specific to Python. They exist in pretty much every programming language out there. We use variables to temporarily store data in computers' memory. Here's an example. This is our last exercise, guys. Remember this. I'm going to erase this. Let's type price equal 10. When Python interpreter execute this code, it will allocate some memory. Then it will store the number 10 in that memory, and finally it will attach this price label in that memory location. As a metaphor, imagine we have a box. In that box we have a number 10, and price is the label that we put on the box, price. Now we can use this label anywhere in our program to access the value that we have in that box. This is a very simplified explanation. So now let's print price on the terminal. Print now this time we are not going to add quotations, so I'm going to delete no quotations, because if we put quotations here we will see the text price on the terminal. See, like this, price. And guys, see, we see the same text price in the terminal, so we are not going to do it. Now the value of the price variable, so delete quotations and type price, price. Okay, now let's run this program. I'm going to play this. There you go. So we see 10 on the terminal. So this is how we define variables. We start with an identifier, which is the name of our variable, then an equal sign, and finally a value. See that? Now, more accurately, when this number 10 is about to be stored in the memory, first it will get converted to the this binary for presentation. So this number 10 is in the decimal system, which has all the digits from 0 to 9. Computers don't understand all these digits. They only understand zeros and ones. So when we store the number 10 in the computer's memory, first it will get converted to a binary representation, which will be a bunch of zeros and ones, like 001, 001, whatever, I don't know. Then it will get stored in computer's memory. So let's take this program to the next level. On the second line, we can update the value of this price variable. So we can reset it to a new value like 20, right? Now when we run our program, we should see 20, because as I told you before, Python interpreter executes our code line by line from the top. So first we set the price to 10 here, then we reset it to 20, and finally we print it on the terminal. Let's run the terminal. See guys, there you we see 20 in here. Okay, now these numbers that we have here are whole numbers without a decimal point. In programming, we refer to these numbers as integers, but integer is a number without a decimal point. We can also use numbers with a decimal point. For example, on line 2, we can define another variable called rating, and set it to number 4.9. Now in programming, we refer to this kind number as a floating point, number of float, or for short. So we have integers and floats. We can also define variable and set into a string. For example, name equal Malik. We also have another kind of value which is called boolean, which can be true or false. They are line yes and no in English. Here's an example. I'm going to define a variable is underline published. So we use an underscore to join separate multiple words in our variable names. We set this to true or false. These are boolean values. Now note that Python is a case sensitive language, which means it's sensitive to lowercase and uppercase letters. So when defining variables, we should always use lowercase letters, but here false and true are special keywords in the language. So if we spell it with a lowercase f, Python doesn't understand it. You can see we have a red underline here, which indicates an error. Make sure to spell this with a capital F. Now, right. If you want to set this to true, make sure the T is capital. So in this program, you are storing simple values in our computer's memory. Simple values can be numbers, which can be integers or floats, or they can be strings or booleans. But in Python, we can also store complex values like lists and values, and that's what I'm going to show you in the future. So before going any further, I want you to do little exercise. Imagine we are going to write a program for a hospital. So we check on a patient named Will Smith. He is 20 years old and is a new patient. I want you to define three variables here for his name, his age, and another variable for if this is a new or an existing patient. So pause the video and spend 1 minute on this exercise. When you're done, come back, continue and see my solution. Alright, so here we need these variables. The first one is the patient name. We set that to Will Smith. Right. We can also call this name full name. Full name is Will Smith. Okay. These are both valid names for our variables. The second variable is for the age for our patient. Age is equal to 20. And finally we need a variable to tell if there's a new or existing patient. That's where we can use boolean value. So we define a variable as new and we set it to true. New equal true. That's all. That's the solution for that exercise. So you have learned how to print messages on the terminal window. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to receive input from the user. So we are going to write a small program that asks the user's name and then we'll print a greeting message customized for that user. So instead of print, we are going to use input. Right. Now both this input and print are functions that are built into Python. As a metaphor, think of the remote control of the TV. On this remote control we have a bunch of buttons. These are the functions built into your TV. You can turn it on, turn it off, change the volume and so on. In Python, we also have functions for common tasks such as printing messages, receiving input and so on. So we're going to use the input function. Now whenever we have this parenthesis, we are going to say we are calling or executing that function. It's like pressing a button on a remote control. So we are going to call input function and in between parentheses to add string to print something on the terminal. What's your name? Okay, what's your name with a question mark followed by a space. You will see why in a second. So this input function will print this message on the terminal, and then it will wait for the user enter a value. Whatever the user enters, this input function will return. So now we can get the value and store it in the memory using a variable. So we get the result and put it in a variable called name, like this, right? Okay, now on the second line we want to print a message like hi John or hi Sina or whatever. So print quotations, print parenthesis, open quotation and close, hi and space. Now after the quotation we want to dynamically print what we have in the name variable. So we had a plus sign and then a name, like this, guys, right? So here we have hi, which is a string. We are concatenating or combining the string with another string. That's what we have in the name variable. So here's another example of an expression. Remember what is an expression? It's a piece of code that uses a value. So this expression concatenates or combines two strings. Let's run this program and see what happens. What's your name? Malik. M-A-L-I-K. Now note that earlier we added a space after the quotation mark. Here we did this. So here in the terminal window the cursor is separated from the question mark. Here, see, otherwise it will be so close. So let's type whatever here, press enter again, right? I'm going to type my name again, Malik. Oh, M-A-L-I-K, Malik, right? And press enter. Okay, that's hi Malik. We got hi Malik in the terminal. Now here's a little exercise for you. I want you to extend this program and ask two questions. First, the person's name and their favorite actor, and then print a message like Malik likes Vijay. So pause this video, do this exercise, and then come back and continue watching. Alright, so here's the first question. Right after that, what's your name? They ask their name. All the input functions one more time. Input, what's your name? Right, open parenthesis. Let's ask who is your favorite actor, right? Now we get the new value and store it in the variable called actor. Right. Or you could call it favorite underline actor. Favorite underline actor. Either works. Favorite actor, input, and the question. And finally we are going to change what we pass to the print function. So first we print the name, print name, right? Then we concatenate this with a string. Here we are going to type likes. Right. We also put one space before and after likes. See that? And once again we concatenate this with the favorite actor. Favorite actor, right? So favorite actor. Now let's run this program. So what's your name? What's your name? My name is Malik, right? And give enter. Who is your favorite actor? Vijay. And again enter. Malik likes Vijay. You see guys, we get this message in terminal. Hey guys, we successfully finished our second video, and remember we have 21 videos left. In this video we learned variables and receiving input, and next video we're going to learn type conversion and strings. And I really appreciate if you support my hard work by liking this video, sharing this with others so they can learn as well. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. And if you like this video, hit the like button and give me a comment. I'll see you in next video. Bye bye for today and have a nice day.